Hey guys, Leon Sylvester here from Hairguard, and today in this video we're going to be giving you 4 foods that we recommend that you remove to help improve hair loss. If you are new to the channel, please make sure to hit subscribe. We're going to have tons of information, tons of videos on how you can combat hair loss and androgenetic alopecia, male pattern baldness, and yeah, let's get into the video. So what you're going to learn about in this video is we're going to introduce the 4 foods that can cause hair loss. We're going to introduce a couple of rules for you. Then we're going to touch on dairy products, carbonated drinks, sugary cereals, greasy foods, and then just finish with a brief conclusion. So guys, let's get into it. Now, some foods are best to avoid or minimize if you're trying to naturally regrow your hair and reverse baldness. In some cases, certain food groups could be triggering hair loss, and reducing the amount of them in your diet can have a significant impact on your hairline. Now, other times, there's no one food in particular, but combinations of these foods over long periods of time can have an effect. So we've got a couple of general rules for you to follow. In this video, we're going to talk about both. So the first general rule is to avoid foods that could be triggering delayed allergic reactions. So these are things like peanuts and shellfish, things that induce allergic reactions. However, some of these reactions could occur over the span of weeks or days, and they are consequently more insidious but no less damaging. So the primary reasons delayed allergic reactions can cause hair loss is because of increased immune responses, which can cause our own bodies to attack the hair follicles, as well as cause inflammation in the scalp, which constricts blood flow to the hair follicle. Now, these two things combined can often lead to hair loss. The second general rule is that of alkaline and acidic foods. So this is a large subject, and we've explained it in a lot of other videos already, and we talk about the exact alkaline and acidic values of foods, so you can have an exact idea of what to eat more of and what to eat less of. That being said, the rule is to maximize alkaline foods and minimize acidic foods in your diet. And over time, this will significantly slow down the rate of hair fall and potentially lead to hair regrowth. So the first thing that we recommend you cut out are dairy products. So dairy can be a big problem. Not only is it highly acidic, forming in our bodies, remember the second rule, but it can also trigger delayed allergic reactions. So for both reasons, it should be avoided. Now, commercially available dairy is almost always pasteurized. So the pasteurization process actually renders the naturally occurring enzyme in the milk useless. It's this enzyme that allows us to digest milk in the first place, and without it our bodies really struggle to digest the dairy, making it biounavailable and nutritionally useless. So instead it is digested by harmful bacteria that give off waste products that go into our body. Dairy also blocks the pores, resulting in pasty skin. It also means that epidermis plaque is more likely to build up on the scalp, causing hair follicle miniaturization and the thinning of hair. So we recommend you either only consume unpasteurized dairy or simply just avoid it altogether. Now, carbonated drinks are the second thing that we recommend you avoid. Carbonated drinks are hugely acid forming. In fact, they are the most acid forming food or beverage of them all. Not only this, but the sheer amount of sugar in them causes blood sugar levels to spike and then crash. Dr. Mercola has researched the link between excess blood sugar and male pattern baldness and has this to say about it. There is strong evidence that early male pattern baldness could be a clinical marker of insulin resistance, a condition in which you lose your sensitivity to insulin, resulting in excess blood sugar. So what this does is it provides us with another rule, and what we recommend is that you eat foods with low glycemic indices so you don't spike your blood sugar levels. And it's a very important concept for reversing and thinning hair. So we must understand that male pattern baldness is a completely unnatural phenomenon, and it's more of a modern ailment. Concurrently, processed foods, which are the modern foods that we eat today, all have very high glycemic indices, and natural foods have substantially lower indices. So it would seem viable that there is a link between processed foods and a triggering of the male pattern baldness gene. You can find out the glycemic index of foods, just simply Google the foods and you're going to find out a ton of information there. A few things that we just recommend are that you avoid tap water and instead drink filtered, distilled or ionized water. Drink plenty of vegetable juices. Now, almond milk is an incredibly healthy alternative, and almond oil has actually been proven to stimulate hair growth in mice, so almond milk is a great alternative. And also, going for these herbal teas and spice mixtures are also a great alternative. The next thing that we recommend you get rid of are sugary cereals. So these foods have really high glycemic indexes and they inevitably cause the blood sugar spike, which is conducive to early hair thinning, as we've already discussed. And it's kind of no wonder that you see the typical Western breakfast of pasteurized milk and sugary cereals and the increasing number of men suffering from hair loss. So processed cereals have a very high glycemic load because the natural fiber from the plant has actually been removed. And this would cause it to digest and be absorbed into our bodies more slowly. Now, with the removal of this natural fiber, the food sugars go straight into the bloodstream, causing a huge spike in blood sugar levels. This fiber would also be beneficial because it sweeps clean the colon of impacted mucus and leftover feces, stopping it being absorbed back into the body, which would cause toxemia. And basically the answer is to eat natural, unprocessed foods that contain high amounts of fiber, and we always recommend a juice fast detox if you're serious about beating hair loss nutritionally for the long term. The final food that we've got to look at are greasy foods. Greasy foods clog the arteries and can also cause greasy skin on the scalp. This often leads to hair follicle miniaturization, restricted blood flow, and the clogging of the sweat pores. As the pores of the scalp get clogged, dihydrotestosterone and other harmful hormones can get trapped, which can re-trigger the hair loss mechanism. So a good shampoo can help by washing away the grease and leaving the scalp ready for new hairs, but changing our diets to avoid greasy foods is best. However, there are healthy fats that can be very beneficial for hair growth, so don't take natural oils out of your diet. Now, there's no need to wait years for a baldness breakthrough. Just remove these foods from your diet and kickstart your journey to beating pattern baldness. So guys, they're the top 4 foods that we recommend at Hairguard that you scrap from your diet as soon as possible. If you've not already subscribed, please make sure to hit subscribe, and I will see you over in the next video. Thank you.